Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Shah Sir Classes. My dear students, if you are finding any difficult how to study science, how to pass in science, how to score in science, this is a final revision for you all. So that this revision classes is going to cover your passing package along with that the scoring package. If you are finding difficult how to pass in science and what to study and what not to study, this is a complete solution for you all. Let me observe here what is a passing package. So, what are the minimum things we need to concentrate to pass in science? The first and foremost, you have to concentrate. The most important topic is diagrams. Please make a note. This is the easiest way how you people can pass in science. Again, I'm repeating, these are the important topics and it is your gate pass to pass in science for this academic year. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to draw each and every diagram and also certain very highly important expected question and answers also. First, we focus on passing package and then we focus on scoring package. First, we have to concentrate on the diagrams part, and second, we need to concentrate on the structures, and third, we need to concentrate on laws. Fourth, we need to concentrate on the functions, and the fifth one, we need to concentrate on differences. Observe here students, this is one of the most important area which we want to focus a lot to pass in science. Diagrams, structures, laws, functions, differences. And once we cover these topics, then we focus on chapter wise highly important questions. From each and every chapter, we do the complete analysis. We do the complete analysis with our previous year question papers, model question papers, prepped question papers, so that it will be easy for you to focus and understand what could be the next paper. Understood? So here we do the analysis for all the model question papers, previous year question papers, and also the upcoming board exam questions. Is this clear? Now, without wasting much time, first let me study one by one in detail how to draw the diagrams in 1 minute. Let me have a pledge that everyone of Karnataka State Board students are going to pass in science this year. Let's begin. The first diagram, let me start from the chemistry, then we come to physics, and then we come to biology. The first diagram, make a note, electrolysis of water. Now, how to draw the diagram of electrolysis of water in a minute? First, draw the shape of a beaker. And this is the handle. This is the handle. And then we are going to use two test tubes. These are the two test tubes. Inside these two test tubes, we have a graphite rod. We have a graphite rod. And now this is connected to a rubber cork. Just you can shade this and you can show this as a cork. And this is the cork pin. And here we have a source, that is battery source. We have a battery source. Now we are going to connect this to a battery. We are connecting this to a battery. Any doubts? Is this clear? We have taken a beaker, or else you can consider it as a plastic mug. Let me say this is a plastic mug. Okay. And then in this we are going to use a test tube, and inside we have a graphite rod. Inside we have a graphite rod, and we are using a 6-volt battery. 6-volt battery. Now here, most important thing is we need to show the indications which is the positive terminal in a battery and negative terminal in a battery. To show that positive and negative terminal in a battery, now this is a switch. It is called as a plug key. Now this is our positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. Since it is a positive terminal, we call this as a point anode, and this is a negative terminal. Here we call this as a cathode. Now what we are going to do, the working of this electrolysis of water, we are going to fill some amount of water in this. We have filled some amount of water in this. After filled with the water, as you can see, this is the water content. This is the water content. Now here most important part is the indication of the level. Please make sure that this level should be upward, and here in the next test tube, this level of the water should be downwards. This is important. Most of them what they do inside the test tube, if this is the graphite rod, both they indicate in the same level. It is wrong. Both are not in the same level. You need to show the difference. Understood? At the anode, you have to show the level of the water upward and the level of the water here downward in cathode. Is this clear? And what is filled in this anode rod and the anode part of test tube? Oxygen. And in the cathode part, hydrogen. So this is the most important diagram which you can expect in your upcoming exam. Now here, what are the things they can ask you to name? Please do remember, they may ask you to draw any diagram of electrolysis of water. As per my knowledge, what I can tell you, what are the topics they can ask you to indicate or identify? Oxygen they may ask you, hydrogen they may ask you, graphite rod they can ask, anode, cathode, battery. These are the only topics which you can expect for you to identify in the diagram. Any doubts how to draw the diagram of electrolysis of water? So this is the easiest way and easiest method how to draw electrolysis of water. And next, coming back to the next diagram in chemistry. The next diagram we call it as pop test. That is nothing but reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid. So this is the diagram which indicates the burning of hydrogen gas with a pop sound. Burning of hydrogen gas. I mean testing hydrogen gas by burning. We are testing the hydrogen gas by burning, which produces a pop sound. How to draw this diagram? Let me observe. First, you can draw a test tube. First, let me draw a test tube. To hold this test tube, we need a stand. Example, this is a test tube. To hold this, we need a stand. So, how to I draw the stand? The easiest way, as you can see here, just draw this fitting. Just draw this fitting. This is the knob. Now here what you can do, you can just project like this. It's a clamp. Simple. Finished? Correct, no? If this is the test tube, just you draw a clamp like this. Simple. Followed the step. Enough. That's more than sufficient. Now we are going to draw a base for this. The base for this stand. Is this clear? And then we are taking a beaker. We have taken a beaker. Now this is filled with a cork. That is a rubber cork. As you can see, this we have filled with a tightened with a rubber cork. Now we are going to use a tube called as a delivery tube. It's in a bent shape. That is said to be a delivery tube. This is a delivery tube. Now this is the apparatus. So what are the apparatus we have used here? What are the apparatus we have used? We have taken a stand, isn't it? Then we have taken a test tube. We have taken a delivery tube. Okay. We have taken a delivery tube. Now this is the apparatus. Apparatus means to conduct this experiment, what are the requirements are there? That is said to be an apparatus. एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए हमारे को क्या क्या चीजों की जरूरत है? स्टैंड चाहिए, टेस्ट ट्यूब चाहिए, डिलीवरी ट्यूब चाहिए और एक बीकर चाहिए. Correct? Now we'll do the working. Now in the working part, as you can see, we have taken zinc granules. Can you see this? Can you see these dots? Granules means it's a small part, small particle, particle size. That is called as a granule, small size particle. Zinc, we have cut it into small pieces. That is granules. Now, these are the zinc granules. Inside these zinc granules, we are going to fill this. We are going to fill this with dilute sulfuric acid. Can you see this? Yellow color shape. Yes, that is dilute sulfuric acid. Followed the step. Followed the step. The small dots are what? Zinc granules. And this yellow color liquid, dilute H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid. Once if this both combines with each other, mixes with each other, the reaction takes place. When zinc react with dilute sulfuric acid, some gases will liberate. Can you see this? Some gases will liberate. Those gases will come out. Understood? Now what we are going to do, here we have taken a soap solution in this beaker. What we have taken? Soap solution. We have taken a soap solution. Once if these gases comes out from this delivery tube, when they pass through soap solution, understood? As you can see, some bubbles will form. Once if this gas comes out from the soap solution के थ्रू से पास होकर जब वो गैस बाहर आ रही है तो वो बबल्स के फॉर्म में बाहर आएगी. It comes in the form of a bubbles. Now here we have taken a candle. We have taken a candle. When a burning candle brought near this bubbles, it creates a spark. It creates a spark. Understood? So that this burning candle will, what happens? It will get off. समझे बेटा? जो कैंडल जल रही है वो क्या हो जाएगी? बुझ जाएगी with a pop sound. With a pop sound. Any doubts? Now, the gases which has an ability, to stop the fire, to stop the fire, stop the burning. Understood? These gases has the ability to stop the fire. So this indicates that these gases are hydrogen gas. Which gases are these? These gases are hydrogen gas. दिस इज एन हाइड्रोजन गैस. हाइड्रोजन गैस के पास इतनी ताकत है कि वो अंगार को बुझा सकती है. अंडरस्टूड? सो बर्निंग ऑफ हाइड्रोजन गैस, दिस इंडिकेट्स burning of hydrogen gas with a pop sound. That's it. This is the experiment. This may carries 3 marks. So this diagram may carries 3 marks. Any doubts? And this is a candle. Now what are the things they may ask you to name? Please make a note. They may ask you to name or identify zinc granules, dilute sulfuric acid, delivery tube, soap solution, hydrogen gas. Only these are the namings which you can expect to label in the given diagram. Any doubts? Any doubts with this diagram? No. Very good. Next diagram. The third diagram of chemistry for this academic year, that is action of steam on a metal. Action of steam on a metal. Again, let me take 2 test tubes. One, it is in horizontal direction, and the other test tube in the vertical direction. Later I'll show you how to draw the vertical direction test tube. First, this is a horizontal test tube. Now again, to hold this we need a stand. To hold this we need a stand. Simple logic, how to draw the stand? Can you see this? Just 2 vertical lines you can draw. Now here we need a clamp, right? Remember how to draw the shape of a clamp? This is a clamp fitting which is holding the test tube. And now this is the base. This is a base. Done. And then we have a rubber cork here. Again we have drawn this rubber cork for the fitting. Now here we have taken a small beaker. We have taken a small beaker, and inside this we have collected some amount of water in this beaker. Now we are taking one more inverted test tube. Test tube को उल्टा कीजिए. Inverted test tube. Is this clear? Now we are taking a delivery tube. We have taken a delivery tube. Again, to hold this test tube we need a clamp or we need a stand. Again, this is the stand. Is this clear? This is the holder. It is holding this test tube. Any doubts with the diagram part? We have taken one horizontal test tube, rubber cork. This test tube is holding with a stand. Again we have taken one more beaker. In this beaker, again we have taken one more test tube in the inverted direction and we have connected with a delivery tube. Is this clear? And now what we are going to do in this? In this we are going to take a metal sample. Can you see this? This is a metal sample and here we are taking a wool. What is this? It is a glass wool. It is soaked with water. पानी में भिगा कर बेटा. We have wetted. ये wool को क्या कर कोई glass wool को पानी में भिगा कर कोई. So it is not in a dry condition. It is in somewhat wet condition. It is soaked with water, glass wool. Now what we do? We have taken a burner. Here we have taken a burner. Can you see this? We can just draw this shape of a burner. That's sufficient. If we draw this much, it's enough. Is this clear? This is the fire. Okay. Now, once if we are going to heat this, what we are heating? Glass, wool, soap in water. Understood? So it produces steam. What it produces? Steam. Understood? Some gases will liberate from that. Once if this react with a metal, gases will liberate. Once we burn this glass wool soaked in water, once we burn this, the gas which is produced, it's going to react with a metal piece. Once if this react with a metal piece, it liberates a gas. Understood? It liberates a gas. Now this gas will come out from here. From where? It comes out from delivery tube. In this what is present already? Water is present. What is present in this? Water is present. Understood? In this test tube, water is present. Understood? Now this gas will come here and it is going to be collected on the top surface. It's going to collected on the top surface. Now this is our hydrogen gas. The gas which is collected in this test tube, this indicates it is an hydrogen gas and this is a stand. Even this is a stand. And this is a rubber cork. Rubber cork. And this is metal sample namings. And this is burner. Any doubts with this diagram? First what we have to do? Draw one test tube. Hold with a stand. Again take one beaker. Take one more test tube. Hold that with a stand. Connect this both the test tubes with a delivery tube. Inside this test tube, collect a metal sample and collect a glass wool soaked in water. Burn by using a burner. Once if we burn, it produces gas. So this gas reacts with the steam. Means once if we burn this, it produces a steam. This steam will combine with a metal sample, metal piece. Once if this both reacts with each other, the gas is liberated. Now this gas indicates this gas is hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas is collected in the opposite test tube. So this is what action of steam on a metal. Action of steam on a metal. Any doubts? So we have concluded 3 diagrams. Now the important namings which all can be expected for you to ask in this diagram: glass wool soaked in water, metal sample, delivery tube, hydrogen gas and burner, water. So these are the important namings can be expected for you to identify or label. Next diagram, let me focus. That is electrolytic refining of copper. Electrolytic refining of copper. This is one of the easiest diagram. First draw a tank. Just I am drawing roughly here. Just draw a triangle. Then two rods. Now observe here. Always positive is anode. Negative is cathode. Now this is our positive terminal. Right hand side is our positive terminal. So this is indicates positive, and this is negative terminal. This indicates negative, and we are connected to a switch, and we have connected to a negative terminal. Always remember, this is positive and this is negative. The bigger line indicates positive terminal and the shorter line indicates negative terminal. Now our bigger line is in the right hand side. So this is anode, and the shorter one indicates cathode. Is this clear? It means that the electrons are passing from right to left in this direction. In this direction, they are moving from positive to negative. This is positive, this is negative, and this is a switch. They are moving from positive and terminating at negative terminal. Is this clear? Now inside this positive rod, we have filled with copper. Now this copper actually it is in impure state. This state, impure state. Once we pass the current to this rod, understood? Then what happens? Observe here. The pure copper will go. And deposit and get Cu2 plus. Cu2 plus. This pure copper will come and deposit on the cathode. This is the pure copper. Is this clear? The impure copper which we have kept inside the anode. Now once we pass the current to the anode, once if the electron moves similarly from the pure copper, what happens? Understood? From the impure copper, the pure copper will come in the presence of, the pure copper will comes out in the presence of acidified, in the presence of acidified copper sulfate solution. Now in this what I have shown the dotted lines, dotted part, that is the acidified copper sulfate solution. In the presence of acidified copper sulfate solution, the impure copper, once if they react with acidified copper sulfate solution, what happens? The sulfate part will removed and only pure copper will come and deposit at the cathode end. This is how we can extract pure copper by using the process called as electrolytic refining. What do you mean by electrolytic refining? By passing the current, we are extracting, we are removing. करंट को पास करके हम प्योर सब्सटेंस को निकाल रहे हैं, तो उसका मतलब क्या होता है? उसको इलेक्ट्रोलिटिक करके बोलते हैं. We call that as electrolytic. By passing current, we are extracting, we are removing. Any doubts? Now, pure copper will come and deposit at the cathode. Now, certain impurities will be left out. The impurities will left behind in some corner. In some corner, the impurity will be left out. This impurity, this is an impurity. We call this as anode mud. What we call that as anode mud. So it is collected at the bottom of the tank. In one corner of the bottom of the tank, it is going to get collected. The impurity will be collected in the bottom end. This is how we can extract or we can remove, understood, from any substance a pure copper. Any doubts? This method is known as electrolytic refining of copper. Followed the steps? Understood? Now this is a tank. Now in this, what are the things you can expect? They may ask you in the exam, the labeling. They may ask you to identify anode, identify cathode, acidified copper sulfate solution, impurity, that is anode mud. They may ask you to identify these things. Is this clear? My dear students, here we have completed the diagrams of chemistry. And please ensure a minimum of 4 marks you can expect diagrams from the chemistry part. So out of these 4 diagrams, you can expect a minimum of 1 or 2 diagrams, 100% sure. Sure, 100% you can expect minimum of 1, maximum of 2 diagrams from the chemistry part. So for this academic year, after the reduction of the syllabus, after reduced syllabus, you have the diagrams: electrolysis of water, reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid, and pop test, that is called as a pop test, and electrolytic refining of copper, and the fourth diagram, action of steam on a metal. Any doubts with the diagrams from the chemistry part? No, right? So we have learnt the method and the easiest way how to draw the diagrams of the chemistry part. Now we are going to study the diagrams from the physics side. Physics diagrams. Make a note. The first question: schematic diagram of electric circuit. Schematic diagram of a electric circuit. How to draw this diagram? Sometimes I may ask you to draw this diagram in such a way that draw a neat diagram which consists of, draw a neat circuit diagram which consists of a bulb, ammeter, plug key and a switch. That's it. By using this apparatus, draw a circuit diagram. It means instead of asking schematic diagram, they are asking use these instruments and draw the diagram. समझ में आया बेटा? By using this apparatus, you have to draw the diagram. So first and foremost, we have a battery. See children, we have a difference between cell and a battery. देखो बेटा, सेल का मतलब अगर से एक पॉजिटिव एक नेगेटिव ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं उसको बोलते हैं सेल. एक सेल से ज्यादा सेल से या 2 या 3 या 4 जितने चाहे एक से ज्यादा, मोर देन 1 सेल्स are connected together, it is called as a battery. If you are going to draw a single unit, then it is a cell. More than one, if you are going to connect, it is a battery. Always you have to start from positive and you should end with negative. With bigger line you should draw and you have to terminate with a smaller line. Bigger line indicates positive and the shorter line indicates negative. Sir, what happens if I draw both equal size? It is not a cell, it is not a battery, it is a capacitor. But don't worry, you are going to learn in your PU. Once if you get a chance to learn with me physics, then I am going to explain you about capacitor, the resistance in a capacitor. Again here also, we are going to connect the capacitors in series and parallel. Again we have Wheatstone network. Again we have Kirchhoff's law. That is secondary. We will going to study over there. But now, no need to get fear because I am here. Let's proceed. Observe here. First, we are going to draw a battery connected with a switch or a plug key. You can just present ammeter any of the part as you wish in any side. Because always ammeter is connected in series. About this I am going to explain you in the later on stage. What do you mean by series and parallel, etc. Now this is connected to a bulb. This we have connected to a bulb. Now the current will start flowing from positive to negative. This is very important direction. The current moves from positive terminal and it ends with negative terminal. Now this is the direction of the current. It moves from positive to the negative. Now what is this? Battery. What is this? Switch. What is this? Ammeter. And what is this? It's a bulb. Any doubts? So this is the schematic diagram of electric circuit which comprises or which consists of battery, switch, ammeter and a bulb. This is schematic diagram, simple diagram. How the circuit looks. समझे बेटा? How the circuit looks. Now, resistors are connected in series. Next diagram. Resistors are connected in series. Observe here. This is first resistor. This is second resistor. This is third resistor. Like this, you can draw any number of resistors. Your wish. But at least draw more than 2. 3, 4, 5 as you wish. But I am showing 3. But here I am considering 3 resistors. That's it. Nothing to worry. Okay? Now, these are the 3 resistors. We are connecting them to a battery and then to a switch. Okay. As we know, this is a battery. This is a plug key. Plug key or switch, both are same. This is positive, this is negative, and here we are connected with the ammeter. Look at your children. This is positive, right? ये पॉजिटिव नहीं क्या बेटा? हाँ ठीक है. अब करंट कहां से मूव रहा है? पॉजिटिव से, मतलब कि इधर से जा रहा है. मतलब कि एमीटर में इधर इसका इनपुट है, इधर से आउटपुट है. सी इफ दिस इज एमीटर, करंट कहां से जा रहा है? इधर से जाके इधर वापस आ रहा है, राइट? तो इधर पे एंटर हो रहा है, इधर से एग्जिट हो रहा है. जो एंटर है वो पॉजिटिव है, जो एग्जिट है वो नेगेटिव है. Entrance is positive, exit is negative. Okay. Now it comes to R1, then it comes to R2, then it comes to R3, and then it comes out from the negative part. So ammeter is connected in series. ये नेटवर्क में कहीं भी अगर से आप प्लॉट कीजिए तो हम उसको बोलते हैं सीरीज. Now voltmeter, it is connected in parallel. This is the V, that is the voltmeter. It is connected in पैरेलल. तो फिर इधर से करंट इसमें आएगा तो इधर पॉजिटिव है, फिर इसमें से इधर वापस जाएगा, ये नेगेटिव है, अगेन इट कम्स आउट फ्रॉम दिस सर्क्यूट. सो दिस इज द schematic diagram of when the resistors are connected in series. सीरीज का मतलब एक रेजिस्टर को दूसरे रेजिस्टर और दूसरे को तीसरे रेजिस्टर से क्या करना है? एक दूसरे के साथ सेम लाइन पे कनेक्ट करना है. We have to connect them next to each other. So that is said to be series. Resistors are connected in series. Always ammeter is connected in series and voltmeter is connected in parallel. Parallel का मतलब एक के नीचे एक को ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं तो parallel. एक के बाजू एक को ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं सीरीज, एक के नीचे एक को ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं पैरेलल. समझे? अंडरस्टूड? नेक्स्ट, रेजिस्टर्स are connected in parallel. Observe here. First resistor, second, third. Okay. Now this we are connecting to a source, battery, switch, exit. Followed? Now this is our ammeter. Positive, negative. This is positive, this is negative. Correct? So current will start flowing from here and it will exit here. Now this upper one is R1, this is R2 and this is R3. So the current will flow from here, it will exit from here. Is this clear? Yeah. Now we have to connect the voltmeter. As I said you that voltmeter is connected in parallel. So from here we have to connect it You have to connect the voltmeter in parallel. This is positive, this is negative. So it will come from this direction, and again the current will move out from the opposite direction. In this chapter electricity, the arrow marks are very important. The directions are very important. Do not forget it. Is this clear? And now this is our BA. What is BA? Battery. What is K? Switch. That's the shortcut symbols, shortcut notations. If you write BA, it is understandable, it is battery. If you write K, it is understandable, it is a key, plug key. That is switch. Any doubts? Schematic diagrams, I hope you all have understood. Isn't it? Now, the next part is circuit symbols. Make a note. Circuit symbols. First, electric cell. What is the symbol of cell? Just now I said you single unit. Battery. Children's small question. What is battery? Connecting one or more cells together in a series is called as battery. क्या बेटा बैटरी का मतलब एक सेल या एक से ज्यादा सेल्स को हम एक दूसरे के साथ बाजू 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 में कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं नेक्स्ट टू ईच अदर वी आर कनेक्टिंग देम नेक्स्ट टू ईच अदर in series that is said to be a battery. Cell, battery. Sometimes they may ask you draw a neat circuit diagram of the circuit diagram when two cells are connected in series. What do you mean by two cells are connected in series? It is said to be a battery. Good. And next, plug key, that is switch. See children, switch we have two states. Sometimes the switch is in open state, that is in on condition, and second is closed state, that is in closed condition, off condition. If the switch is open, we just draw like this. If the switch is closed, we draw like this. This dot indicates the switch is closed. Okay? And the next, wire joint. Now, this is one wire. This is one wire. We are going to join with each other. So, this is a joint. These two wires are connected at this point. So, this is called as a wire joint. Next, wires crossing without joining. Wires crossing without joining. Suppose one wire is moving in this way. The other wire, it should not touch this. It should pass through this. Then we draw like this. So this indicates that these two wires are crossing without joining. For example, this is one pipe. We need one more pipe. If it goes like this straight, it will touch. So what we do, we have a clamp like this. Once if it comes here, it will have a clamp. It goes like this, it covers like this, again it moves like this. So that this pipe and this curve, it moves, these both are not joining with each other. Both the pipes are moving, but without joining. In the upper state, both the wires are moving with joining. Sometimes they may ask you indirectly. Draw a circuit diagrams when the wires crossing with joining. Wires crossing with joining. This state, this diagram. Can you see this? This is one wire. Can you see here? Followed. This is one wire. This is one wire. This both the wires, we have a joint. So these two wires are crossing with joining. That is a wire joint. Now this is the case. This is one wire. Okay. And here, this is our second wire. Can you see this? So this is without joining. Followed? Followed? Good. Next case, electric bulb. If we draw the shape like this, it's sufficient. This is the shape of a bulb. Next, a resistor of resistance R. This is the symbol. A resistor of resistance R. And then we have variable resistance. Variable resistance, that is also called as rheostat. So this is a resistance. Okay. If we draw one arrow mark like this, or this is resistance. If we draw arrow mark like this, both are same. So this is variable resistance or rheostat. Variable resistance means resistance we are going to vary. We are going to change the resistance. That is called as variable resistance. That is also called as rheostat. I think we have done the experiment, right? Ohm's law. Practically we have done the experiment. I hope you have seen that coil, no? Rheostat. We change the reading. Yes, that is the one. Next is ammeter. Ammeter. Draw A. This is positive. This is negative. Voltmeter. Draw one circle. This is V. This is positive. This is negative. This is ammeter and this one is an voltmeter. So these are the circuit diagrams. These are the circuit symbols of electric symbols of what? Electric symbols of the components which is used in an electric circuit. एक electric circuit में ये सारे components हम use करते हैं. We are going to use them. Yeah. Next diagram. A pattern of concentric circles. A pattern of concentric circles indicating the field lines of a magnetic field around a straight conducting wire. This is very highly important, this word. Pattern of concentric circles indicating the field lines in a magnetic field where? Around a straight conducting wire. Observe here. How to draw? First, take a piece of paper. Just take one paper. For an example, like this. Take a piece of paper. Make one small hole. Just insert a wire from this hole. Now this wire will come from here. If you are going to hold like this straight, we can see. But here I have just tilted like this. What I have done? I have tilted like this. So that this wire, if it comes here, we can see the inward part. From here to here it's coming, we can't see. But from here to here it's coming, we can see. That's it. Followed? Yeah. Now we have passed a wire. Now this is the center hole. करेक्ट. सेंटर होल से अंदर जा रहा है बेटा, लेकिन इसके पीछे से कहां से आ रहा है वो नहीं दिखेगा, लेकिन जब बाहर वो निकलेगा वापस, दिस वी कैन सी. करेक्ट. द पार्ट ऑफ द वायर विच इज कमिंग आउट वी कैन सी. द बिहाइंड दिस द एक्स्ट्रा रिमेनिंग स्पेस, दैट इज द बिहाइंड पार्ट विच वी कांट सी फ्रॉम द फ्रंट. अंडरस्टूड? Now this is called as a straight conducting wire. This is a wire which is in a straight form. It's a straight conducting wire. Now this wire, which one? XY. Can you see this XY? What is this XY? This XY is a straight conducting wire. This wire we are connecting to a variable resistance, that is rheostat. This wire we are connected to a variable resistance. How much current we are passing, we need to measure it. हमना measure करना है कितना current उसमें जा रहा है बोलकर. So I am connecting this to an ammeter to measure the flow of current. Now this we are connecting to a source battery. We have connected to a battery, and here somewhere we have connected this to a switch. As I said you, the bigger line indicates positive and the shorter line indicates negative. Now as we can see that the current always moves from positive terminal and comes back to negative terminal. It moves from positive and comes back to negative. Now once we pass the current in a straight conducting wire, what happens? This current will comes here. Understood? The magnetic field is produced in the form of a concentric circle. Can you see this? As how much you pass higher current, जितना करंट ज्यादा जाएगा उतने मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्या होगा, ज्यादा रहेगा. कैन यू सी दिस? द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी आल्सो इंक्रीजेस. If you reduce the current, number of circles also will reduce. If you increase the current, number of circles also will increase. This number of circles indicates the intensity of the magnetic field, strength of the magnetic field. ज्यादा करंट पास कर रहे, ज्यादा मैग्नेटिक फील्ड रहेगा. कम करंट पास कर रहे, कम मैग्नेटिक फील्ड रहेगा. सर अब ये मैग्नेटिक फील्ड जो प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है ये क्यों सर्कल्स के फॉर्म में ही आ रहा है, कहीं को स्ट्रेट नहीं आ रहा है? फॉर दैट वी हैव एन एक्सपेरिमेंट दैट इज कॉल्ड एज right hand thumb rule. Once if you pass the current in the upward direction, the remaining four fingers, the curved remaining four fingers indicates the direction of magnetic field. If the current is moving in the upward direction, the remaining four fingers are moving in the form of a circle. The remaining four fingers are moving in the form of a circle. How they are moving? If current is moving upward, this four fingers are moving from right to left. This is very important, which you want to highlight here. Can you see this arrow mark? This arrow mark you have to indicate. What is this arrow mark indicates? The magnetic field is moving from right to left. Somewhere if you want you can just write dot and you can write some naming as P, P, F, anything. The dot indicates that the magnetic field is moving from right to left. Any doubts? Concept is clear? When the current is moving in the upward direction, the magnetic field is moving from right to left. If current is moving in the downward direction, the magnetic field is moving from left to right. This is what the experiment shows, that how the magnetic field is produced. If the current is passed in a straight conducting wire, the magnetic field is produced from right to left or left to right based upon the direction of current. Current ऊपर जा रहा है या current नीचे आ रहा है, it depends. Any doubts? Is this clear? Yeah. One small doubt. Let me see who will identify. The naming what I have done, is it right or wrong? See here. Let me to name this. This is concentric circle, right? Correct? These are the concentric circle, right? Here as you can see, let me say, this is also concentric circle. Now according to the given figure, the arrow mark should be this direction or the arrow mark should be downward direction. Tell me. Upward or downward? According to the given figure, the arrow mark should be upward direction or downward direction. Why? Current ऐसा ना बेटा जरा दिख रहा है. Can you see this? Current is moving upward only, no? Yeah, absolutely. ठीक है बेटा, current ऊपर ही ना जरा. My dear children, this is not important for us. Here this is important because this is a wire. This is a wire. This is a wire. This is a wire which is conducting the current. This is a wire which is conducting the current. Here how the current is moving? Downward. This is a wire, right? How the current is moving? Downward. Understood? For us, again I'm repeating, this is not important. This direction is not important. We need this direction. Sir, can't see. Ah, ah. So, what should be the direction here? Upward. Because the current is moving, this XY is a wire. This is a straight conducting wire, XY. This XY is a straight conducting wire. Here current is moving downward. So the current is moving from left to right. Clear? Clear? Sure? वेरी गुड उन्हें कान से तो ध्यान दे बेटा हमने उससे मतलब भी सामने क्या दिख रहा हमने उससे मतलब the things which we see that only we should believe. Any doubts with this diagram? Any doubts with this diagram? Sure. The last diagram of this topic, physics, that is recombination of the spectrum of white light. Recombination of the spectrum of white light. First, what you should do? Draw two triangles. Let me complete fast. And one more inverted triangle. Two triangles. Here we have taken a source. From this, we are going to pass a beam of light. Now this beam of light, we call it as a white light. Girls, this is a beam of light, that is a white light. Once if this light hits on this surface, later I will tell you what is away from the normal or towards the normal. About these all things we will discuss later. We don't have much time. So you just see here, refraction takes place. So one light bends least and when one more light bends most. Now this upper is red light and downward is violet light. Understood? Once if it hits on the surface, it refracts. Red light and violet light. Again, once if it hits on the surface, again here also some sort of bending will take place. A bit bending will take place even after this. Not exactly parallel, not exactly straight. A bit bending will take place. It hits here, right? Can you see this? Both are not parallel to each other. Again, once if it bends, again once if it hits on this surface, again it refracts. Once if it refracts, they both will come and meet to the same point and they comes out on the screen. See, actually, initially they went white light. Again, when they come back, again this also will be a white light. So let me name this prism as ABC. Okay. Understood? Again, this prism is also called as an ABC. Here, this angle A and this angle A remains same. It means that whatever the angle A we had in this prism, same angle we have maintained here also. Means same triangular prisms we have taken. Any doubts? Again, the light which is coming here, it is a red light. Again, it is which is coming here, it is a violet light. So this is prism 1 and this is prism 2. We have two glass prisms P1 and P2. If you are going to draw this much, that's more than sufficient. It carries 3 marks. This is a diagram which carries 3 marks. Recombination of the spectrum of white light. Before and after, we are getting white light. Any doubts? Is this clear? Next, let me come back to the diagrams of ray diagrams. Regarding ray diagrams, I'll make separate video where I'll show you exactly by using compass, scale, protractor in a page how you should draw the ray diagrams. I'll record it separately for ray diagrams so that it will be easy for you. But one ray diagram is sure, which you can expect for either for 2 marks, if not for 3 marks. Now, last but not least, diagrams from the bio part. Make a note fast. We have to conclude. Excuse me. Yeah. The first diagram, open stomatal pore. When the stomata, when it is in a open state, and closed stomatal pore. See children, the difference between open stomatal pore and closed stomatal pore is very simple. See, whenever you draw the shape of an open, please make sure that the size between boys, the size between these two surfaces, it should be enlarged. Open. Closed stomatal pore. The size between these two stomatal pores should be less. As you can see in terms of height also. As you can see in terms of width also. Followed. Here you can see the height is more. You can see the width is less. Because it is closed. Open, the width will increase. Close, the width will minimize. This is maximize. This is minimize. Okay. Sure. Good. Then just draw these dots, boys. No, draw the structure outside. Is this clear? Excuse me. Followed the step. How to draw the structure of open and closed stomatal pore? Usually, in this diagram, as I believe, the girls will be very famous. Why? Because it's like a mehendi drawing. Correct? देखो बेटा मेहंदी ऐसा नहीं ड्रॉ करते हैं. Okay. Enough. Guys, focus. Now, can you see these dots inside? These are called as God cells. These are called as God cells. And inside space is stomatal pore. Inside part is stomatal pore. And this outside is chloroplast. Same namings you have to do for the closed stomatal pore. So this is the open stomatal pore and this is the closed stomatal pore. Understood how to name? Can you see this upper surface? Chloroplast. Inside these dots, those are the God cells. Inside space is stomatal pore. And here you can see the width is more. Here you can see the width is less. The difference between open and closed state. Followed? Sure? Good. And the next diagram, let me proceed. Germination of pollen grain. germination of pollen grain. Germination of pollen grain. Step number 1. Observe here. Excuse me. First, you can draw the upper layer like this. Please focus. Come till here. Then drastically just expand. Is this clear? And then inside, draw a shape of a curve. Again, draw a shape of a curve. Then inside this, just one dot. Just draw it here. Is this clear? And then draw the shape of a C. Excuse me. Draw a shape of a C and just draw the curves inside it. Followed? Yes. And then on this, just draw the shape like this. Again, even here, see here, draw the shape, a tube like this, which should connect to this part. Actually, it's not joining. Excuse me. Yeah. Followed the germination of a pollen grain. Now inside this, the pollens are coming. Can you see this? These are the pollens. Can you see this? Now, here we have two parts. One is male part and the other one is female part. Now, what is this all indicates? These are the pollen grains. Understood? Can you see this tube? Can you see this one line? This is called as a pollen tube. Pollen tube. This pollen tube, can you see these dots here? Can you see here on this surface? Yeah, these are the pollen grains. Understood? These pollen grains from this, can you see these dots? From here, one dot, can you see this? From this, one dot will come here. Can you see this? It's coming here. Out of this many dots, one dot. This is a single dot. What is the dot? It's not actually a dot. That dot we call it as a male germ cell. Okay. On this, many germ cells are there. Those are called as pollen grains. Understood? And this part is called as stigma. This part is called as stigma. Is this clear? So this male germ cell is coming from the pollen tube and it is connected to a ovary. It is connected to a ovary. Now inside the ovary, can you see here some part is there? Let me to highlight and show it to you. Can you see this? Yeah, this is the female part. And actually, this is our male part and this is the female part. Okay. Now, this female part, are you getting, children? Inside this, we have female germ cell. Where are the male germ cells are present? Where are the male germ cells are present? Male germ cells are present here. Where are the female germ cells are present? Inside the ovary. Female germ cells are present inside the ovary. So this is the diagram of germination of pollen grain. Is it easy? Simple. How to construct, how to draw the diagram of germination of a pollen grain? Yes, good. The next diagram, let me focus on human heart. Observe here. How to draw the diagram of human heart in 1 minute. Observe here. Step number 1. Step number 2. Step number 3. Step number 4. Done. Step number 5. Okay. Is this clear? The last part of this case. Followed. And whatever it comes in the center, let me erase it. Okay. And the next last part to conclude this figure, draw the shape of an S. Whatever it comes in the center, to erase it. So this is the diagram of an human heart. Finished? So is this clear? Yeah. Then namings. See children, if I am standing like this, I am writing like this, right? According to me, this is my right hand. This is my left hand, correct? Now please consider opposite to that when you are writing, because this is a reflection when you are writing. Here you should not consider this as right side. Here you should consider this as left. Because this is opposite, replica. If I raise right hand means there it looks I am raising left hand. समझे बेटा? इधर राइट है तो इधर क्या बोलना? लेफ्ट. अब इधर लेफ्ट है तो इधर राइट साइड. This is our right side. This is left and this is right. Okay. Now, how to name this? Can you see this shape of S? Aorta. Aorta. Understood? And here we have two things. This is right vena cava. Upper vena cava. What is this? Upper vena cava. And this is lower vena cava. These both are vena cava. Upper vena cava and lower vena cava. And then this is pulmonary artery. Okay. Pulmonary. 1 minute. Let me to erase this. Yeah. Please observe here. Can you see the shape of T? Can you see this shape? This shape of S is aorta. Can you see the shape of T? What is this T? This is pulmonary arteries. Can you see this both? These are pulmonary veins. Pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins. Any doubts? Now, here, please observe here carefully. This is one chamber. Can you see this? The part which I am highlighting. This is one chamber. This is second chamber. Can you see this? Children, are you following? And this is third chamber. Noted? And this is fourth chamber. In between these chambers, The part which is separating this both, can you see this green color? This is the part which is separating this both. This part is known as septum. This part is known as septum. Now can you see the shading part? Here we have this one part, here we have this one part, here we have this one part, and here we have this one part, right? Correct? No? This upper one, right atrium. This is left atrium. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. Any doubts about the namings of the human heart? Sure? Understood? Yeah, the easiest logic. आंटी जा रही अवोटा आंटी जा रही कौन देखा कवा देखो क्या करे अंकल को बोलिया अंडरस्टूड हाँ got it later once if I get free time we'll discuss in detail about those things understood now these two parts of the heart is divided by a chamber called as a septum a line or a region which divides heart into two parts. That is said to be a septum. Good. So this is a diagram of an human heart. Next, let me draw the diagram of nephron. Step number 1. Draw the shape of C. Please observe here first. This part should be a big bit, and then the part should minimize its size. Draw one straight line. Draw one more straight line here. But just erase some parts like this. Okay. Then observe here. The next step. Observe here. Is this clear? And after this, then draw a shape like this. Okay. Just draw some dots. Now let me name them. This, see children, this is very important. Please show this arrow marks. Can you see here? Show this arrow marks in this direction. Okay. Now, this will comes here. Can you see this? It will enter here. Now, from here, we get the water from the kidney, which enters into Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule, and this part we call it as glomerulus. Glomerulus, and this we call it as renal artery. Renal artery, and this is renal vein, and this part is collecting duct. And can you see this shape? This part is called as PCT, or it is also known as tubular part. Tubular part. Is this clear? Now, in this, the impurity which is collected in the form of urine. So, what is moving here? What is moving here? Urine. Understood. After it gets filtered, glomerulus is the part where the complete filtration will take place. The impurity which is coming in the form of urine, it is collected from the tubular part and it is entered into the collecting duct. And from that, after filtration, the pure things which is essential for body, understood, that is carried from the renal artery and it will brings out from the renal vein. Is this clear? Is this clear? So this is the simple diagram of nephron. That's more than enough. If you are going to draw this much, at least. Clear? The diagram of nephron. Is this clear? Good. Now, last diagram of this academic year, human brain. Human brain. Observe here how to draw the diagram of a human brain. Observe here. The first step to draw the diagram of human brain. I don't know how my diagram will look. Okay. Don't consider it. Yeah. Just rough diagram I am going to draw right now. Okay. Draw the shape like this. Once you draw the shape like this, draw the shape like this. Is this clear? Then here, draw the shape like this. Oh, yes. What happened? Don't worry. When I'm here, you no need to get fear. Excuse me. Then draw the shape like this. And then erase the middle part. Erase here the middle part. And then draw a shape of a zigzag. And here the outside part, shade it. Shade the outside part. Followed. And then observe here. I'm just erasing this part. Let me to make a bit bigger so that it will give a clarity for you. See, it is right only, it's correct, but only to get a clarity, I'm just drawing into a bigger size. Okay. Then, as per your wish, you can just draw, trace the curves like this. Okay. Once you trace the curves like this, then draw the shape like this. Draw the shape in this order. And then, observe here. Draw one shape like this. Again, draw one more shape like this. Enough? Now here, from this end, cover and draw the outer boundary in this direction. Cover this region also. Connect to this. Again draw here. Followed? Is this clear? Children, did you understood? Once you draw this, and then later, what you need to do? Let me take point eraser. Okay. Again, draw a outer cover. Draw an outer cover and connect to this. Finished? Now can you see here? From here only, draw a shape like this. Again connect to this surface. Is this clear? Yeah. Now, here, a part you can erase, and here just draw a curves like this. Which shows the pituitary gland. That part shows the pituitary gland. At least you can cover the region in this order. Any doubts? Any doubts? What is this upper part? Cranium. Very important. It is called as skull. So this is cranium. That is called as skull. And listen here, children. Most of you are doing mistakes in this. Can you see here region? Please observe here. Can you see this region? Yeah, the part which I am shading. The part which I am shading here, this region is called as cerebrum. This region is called as cerebrum. Again, I have found most of the students are doing this mistake between cerebrum and cerebellum. And here, the part, can you see here? This shape, this part is called as cerebellum. This part is known as cerebellum. Cerebrum, this is cerebellum. Any doubts? Now, can you see this upper part? This upper part is known as midbrain. Done. This lower part is known as hypothalamus. What is this region? Cerebrum, right? What is this region? Cerebrum. The region from cerebrum to hypothalamus is known as forebrain. Okay. And this part is known as pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Now let me to extend these regions for your better clarification. And this we call it as, yeah, let me erase this part in the center. Let me connect this till here so that you will not get confused. So this is pons, and the lower part is medulla oblongata. So this is the diagram of human brain. Followed? Followed the part of a human brain. Please don't forget. They may ask you these namings. They may ask you to label cerebrum, cranium, pituitary gland, pons, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. So these are the namings usually will be asked in the diagrams section. So here we have concluded Let me to have a check. Here we have concluded the means the diagrams of electrolysis of water, electrolytic refining of copper, pop test, action of steam on metal, human heart, human brain, nephron, germination of pollen, stomatal pore open, stomatal pore closed, pattern of magnetic field lines, recombination of spectrum of light, schematic diagram of electric circuit, resistors are connected in series, resistors are connected in parallel, circuit symbols, except ray diagrams. So these are the diagrams which has been covered in this session. In our next session, we are going to continue with the structures and then laws, then differences and chapter wise scoring package. So this is going to get covered in passing package. If you need to pass this year final exam, you must have to practice all these diagrams carefully. Got it? All the best. Keep watching to our YouTube channel, Shah Sir Classes. If you like this video, do not forget to click the like button. Yet, if you are not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe. Take care. All the best. Keep watching. We'll meet in the next video.